Alright, so we're back. I appreciate it. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I want to talk about a few things here today that I think are honestly super important. First off, I'm not being myself at all. I'm not being myself at all with anything that I'm doing. I'm all over the place. It's not happening. Like, I'm not happy with anything. Nothing's really happening. I'm not going anywhere. You see, one thing I can say one thing I can say that's important is whenever I'm making a video, what I've noticed is a lot of time when I'm, anxious or super stressed out, I talk super fast. It's just like, I think that's honestly kind of important. You don't want too much, but I think for like whatever you're making, like anxiety is honestly kind of important because it almost like forces you to do things. I feel like definitely not where you're like the kind of person where you're sitting and having anxiety and just thinking, but if you're doing something and you're kind of like scared to do it or you have anxiety about it, a lot of times it just kind of forces you to act, forces you to actually do something. I feel like not all the time. I definitely get the opposite way more, which is just sitting around and having anxiety and overthinking and just not being yourself. And I'm definitely not being myself right now. I feel like every video I make, I don't sound like me. And I mentioned in another video that I feel like it's just like, I feel like it's just so much like more, I don't know, it just seems so much more monotone than it actually is and so much kind of deeper. But I don't know, it's just, I'm trying to find this balance here and I'm getting absolutely nowhere. I'm constantly worrying every single day and I'm never looking forwards to anything that I do. I'm never excited. It's just always doing it. I gotta do this again. I don't even like it, or I'm not even happy about it. I'm not even excited about it. I'm not even like looking forwards to this. It's just a constant trap and hole that I feel like, I don't want to say the world kind of puts you in, but a lot of times it feels like that. It's just like you're kind of trapped in the world. Just everything is just sitting on top of you and you're not going. Sorry about that. Let me edit that up. The world's just kind of sitting on top of you and you're going nowhere because you're stressing about everything and I want to find the one thing that I just like so much and I want to spend all my time on every single day and get the best that I can at that thing, and not just be like this guy that's just doing all this stuff that's constantly not fun at all and not getting anywhere and never excited or never looking forward to what he's doing, or never, like, honestly there's never like a time I feel like where I'm making videos and I'm like, I want to make the best video today. I want to make the best video. It's like I never have that thought or that feeling. It's just like because I want to do other things at the same time. But I heard something that's super important is like, don't try to do everything, just do one thing super well. And that's like a lot of times before I say something and I know what I'm going to say, it sounds corny, but I try to be honest. So that's something that I heard that's honestly very true. It's just like, you don't want to be spread in like everything and just be super mediocre at what you're doing, and you'll just get nowhere. Because if you're doing 3 things and you're just average at all of them, everybody in those 3 things will be better than you in all those categories because you're just average. It doesn't matter that you're average at 3 things. People are only going to want like you to be really good in one thing, if that makes sense. Like, let me say it again. Sorry, I can't even speak. This is what happens. I'm speaking way too fast because I'm just super anxious. I'm super nervous about things and I'm not getting anywhere with my life, and it's scary because I've been in this trap for like years now and it's not going anywhere, and I'm really nervous about the future. Honestly, I'm super nervous all the time, super anxious. I can't seem to get a lot of places because it just kind of pulls me back. But I'm trying my best, and I'm trying to be honest with you and just tell you that a lot of things they're on my back right now, and I still don't feel comfortable with a lot of things, myself included. And I could talk about that all day, but I'm not trying to make this a sympathy, kind of thing or anything I'm thinking about into what I'm making, and not try to lie to you and try to, find things like humor and comedy and things like that. But that's just an example. That's one example, is to find humor in certain things. But sorry about that. Let me edit that. But I'm just trying to slow it down a little bit. I'm sorry if I'm like slurring my words and you can't really understand them, because I've noticed that when I'm speaking, then like I said, my voice sounds so much not like me, and it's weird when you're talking and recording videos. I don't know, I just feel like I'm never myself, and the more that I say that, I feel like the worse it gets, honestly. And I feel like the more I say my life is a mess, my life is a mess. The more I say I'm anxious, the more anxious I get, which is very true, because whatever you're saying is what's gonna happen, and I definitely see that in all areas of my life, because everything's a mess. I try to find sayings that actually relate to my life and I can actually fix things. But another one that I found to be very true is, how you do something is how you do everything. And that's like incredibly true, because I've realized that like if I'm lazy about this thing, everything else that I do during that day seems to be poor quality, or seems to be super lazy or a mess or not anywhere. And it's just like, how you do something is how you do everything. So it's like you have to have the same kind of approach to everything that you do, because if you just have a lazy approach about, like, say you're doing this, everything else in your life will just be done super lazily. I can't even say that word. Super lazy. I don't know which word it is. Everything else you do, you'll just do it super lazy. That's good. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. I'm not getting anywhere. It's constantly been driving me insane for like so long now. It's such a horrible spot to be in, and it's super aggravating. It's super annoying, and it's just like, the best thing I can say is it's super annoying when you want to do so much but you can't decide where to go, and you can't decide the the one path that you want, because it's so hard to do multiple things at the same time. And I just want one thing that I want to be doing with my time, that I enjoy the most, the one thing that I like the most. That's it. That's all I want. The one thing that I like the most. Once I find myself in a position where I've found success in that, then I can move on, or then I can add more. But the more I sit at the bottom and just pick random things and try to just, you know, aim at targets but never really actually hit them or never go anywhere, and I know it sounds corny, but it's just like I'm not going anywhere. Nothing is happening, and it's the same thing every single day, and I'm really not trying to be in this spot anymore. That's what I can say is pick something, try to be extremely well at that one thing, and that's what I want for myself. I'm trying to find that, and I'm not finding it, and it's so aggravating, like I said, when you want to do so much but you just don't know where to go and you don't know what to pick, and it's just like, just pick something, but it's so much easier said than done, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to have my life be like this, and I don't know, do something that, like, what I can say is to myself, honestly, is, I don't know, try to do whatever. Let me edit this up. I think I've learned that the best thing is to do what feels right now. I guess this doesn't really feel right anymore, so I think I need to move on. I know that's corny, do what feels right now, but it's, sorry, I can't even, I'm not even getting anywhere with my speech, but what I'm trying to say is I need to do what feels right now. Do what feels right now, and right now this does not feel right, so I think I should switch it up, honestly. So that's all I'm thinking, but I appreciate it. That's really it, and yeah, thank you.